Fifth chapter, The Adventure. And as the story commences, we come to know that he is traveling in a train, and the different stops have been mentioned there. So he goes from Pune to Mumbai, right, to study about history books. He wants to go to a library and read the history books. Now, when he uh, gets down to the station, uh, that is Victoria Terminus, the last stop, he finds that the board of East India Company. So he comes to know that the East India Company is still ruling here. Now, as per his knowledge of history, the East India Company has already been dissolved after the events of 1857. So, whatever is, we come to know that he goes to the library, and one more episode is there that he asks about his son, and he comes to know that there is no existence of that person. So he comes to know of this reality, that is this different world, that in this world we come to know the past, and when he's not aware of his own existence, whether he's dead or alive, then how can he uh, prove or imagine that his son would be alive? So then one small incident is there, we are avoiding here, but we directly pass to the episode of where he goes to the library and reads the thing. So there are 4 volumes that is shown there in the library history books. The 3 volumes he already knows the thing. There is no difference of opinion. But the 4th volume, where the third battle of Panipat has been mentioned there he comes to know that as far as his knowledge, Afghans had backed the Marathas. That is, Marathas had lost, and their main leader Vishwarao, he was killed there. As per his knowledge, he was killed in the fight, in the war, in the battle. And here in the book, he reads that the Marathas had won instead. So, nevertheless, in this parallel universe, that now he has gone to that world where he reads the history, there he comes to know in the history book in the library that the history is different in the 4th volume, that the Marathas have won the battle, and Vishwarao, the main character or the main leader of that third battle of Panipat, he was saved there. As per the story, he narrowly escaped being shot. That is, the Marathas won, and though he was there was attempt to kill him, but he was saved. That is that we mentioned. So, as for the present history, we come to know that the Peshawar is being killed in the battle, and in the library, in the 4th volume, he comes to know that Viswara is not killed. That is, he is escaped the shot, okay, the firing, and the Marathas had won instead of the Marathas losing the battle. So this is one major thing that he comes to know of the history as a historian. Now he comes to know that he has also written some of the books and which he finds in the library. The time of the Marathas ushered in a slew of improvements and reforms across the nation. So except Delhi side, where the Mughals were there, and these Marathas had changed the country. So the Peshawars were there. Professor Gatundu then rolled up the copy of the book, in his pocket unconsciously. So when the librarian says the time is over, so he was reading till late, and he read almost all the 4 volumes. So the librarian tells him that, sir, we are going to close the library. So at that time he gets up and unconsciously, what happens? He takes up a copy of the book and puts it in his pocket. Now this is another major episode of the story, that when he's in that world, another world, at that time he attempts to put a copy of the book in the pocket unconsciously, right? Then he arrived at Azad Maidan, where a seminar was in progress. So when he gets out of the library, unconsciously putting the copy of the book, then he goes to the Azad Maidan, where a seminar was in progress. The meeting did not have a chairman. Now he is shocked to see that there is no chairman in the meeting, and the chairman chair was empty. So it was surprising to him, and he tries to occupy the chair. and deliver a speech there. But this is the audience of the other world or other reality that has been expressed here in this chapter. So the audience did not want him. So as per their opinion, the chair should have been empty. And when this guy sits there, they felt very shocked there, and they did not like it as per as their protocol. So they humiliates him by throwing rotten tomatoes and eggs, and he was thrown away from that place. So here we come to know another episode that how he is thrown away from Azad Maidan, and then he gets up to find himself in this present world. So this catastrophe theory, the third beta of Panipat, is discussed by the historian. So in this chapter, we have two theories. That is, one thing is quantum theory, and there is catastrophe theory. Now, this catastrophe theory may be one point which has been discussed by the historian here. Now, actually, what happened, in fact, was that he had gone under a comatose stage. Now, this is friend, that is a scientist friend, who is Rajendra Deshpande. He is also another professor, and he explains it when he shares this point to his friend there, this companion, that you see, I so there is a difference in the history of both the things, and I don't know where I had been, but actually it is a gap of 2 days. Gap of 2 days. Now 2 days he has been in comatose stage. He fell into a coma, and when his car crashed to the truck, he fell into coma stage. During this comatose stage, that is state, he entered this world where history is not as we know it. That we have found that the fourth volume contained a different episode, the Marathas winning the battle instead of losing the battle, and Vishwas Rao, the leader of the third battle of Panipat in that of Marathas, he is not killed, that we find, and the Marathas spreading throughout India, the Pesos, and how the reforms happened in India. So that state he came to know in this comatose stage. So when he explains this thing to the professor initially doesn't believe it, right? So, but later on he tries to explain him by two theories. So when this Badunde, he comes to consciousness, he shares this thing with the Rajendra Deshpande. He attempts to explain his weird experience using two scientific theories. Okay, which are the catastrophe theory, the point that I explained earlier, and the lack of determination in quantum theory. So this has been explained by his friend uh, Rajendra Deshpande, his companion. That these two may be the reason. Two theory. One is catastrophe theory. Another is the quantum theory. That is lack of determination in quantum theory. So Professor Nanpande, though reluctantly, initially, he did not believe this Naitonde's account of going to the another world and a parallel world exists and that sort of stuff. It is hard to reject the possibilities of parallel world. So because he got one evidence, and what was that? The piece of evidence was that the copy of the book which he expresses about the Marathas winning the battle, it was found in his pocket, though he came into this world, present world. So that was one evidence, the only evidence that makes him not to reject the possibilities of a parallel world. Otherwise, Professor Deshpande, his companion, was not for it. So the book copy which he found carrying in the pocket, it was a piece of evidence. So he tries to justify or tries to rationalize the point by two theories, Professor Deshpande, that is uh, deterministic quantum theory and catastrophe theory. So here we come to know in adventure that science and history has been combined. So it is a part of genre of literature where the science and history aspects have been combined. Professor Gangadhar Pant Gaitonde is thrust into an unfamiliar world, right? In the adventure, we discover that there may be alternate realities. Okay, there will be alternate reality. There will be two realities. There may be alternate reality other than the one we pursue. So it's not there may be two worlds. There may be two parallel worlds, and while they appear realistic, they are all in our heads and a result of our thoughts. So by mind, that is in the stage of comatose, he had gone into another world where the history has been depicted in a different way from what it exists. So this is the conclusion of this chapter. Hope you understood it. Keep learning. Watch English with Naya YouTube channel for further chapters of class 12th English CBSE board. Thank you. Have a good day. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it and found it very informative and educative. Do hit the like button and share it with your friends. Take care. Fifth chapter, The Adventure.